Pay close attention because I'm about to tell you something you might not have noticed before. It's everywhere, sometimes even right in front of your eyes. The subtle warning signs left behind by toxic people, like breadcrumbs on a trail. Have you ever had that feeling that something just doesn't add up, but you can't quite put your finger on it? Don't worry, you're not paranoid. You're just starting to learn the art of spotting manipulation, toxic charm, and the cunning strategies that some people master. If you've ever felt like a pawn in someone else's emotional chess game, this video is for you. We're diving into 14 red flags that you need to learn to protect yourself. And trust me, you'll want to stick around for the last one. It's a real eye-opener. But before we get into the list, let me share a story to set the stage. In a small village nestled among farmlands, there lived a farmer named Jack. Renowned for his expertise in growing crops, Jack also had a less admirable reputation. His selfishness often overshadowed his skill. When a severe drought struck, water became a precious resource, and the villagers agreed to share it fairly. But Jack, driven by greed, secretly diverted water to his own fields, leaving others without. For a while, his actions went unnoticed. But one night, an elderly woman spotted him tampering with the irrigation. The village united and confronted him. His defense: "I had to save my crops." Yet his betrayal was undeniable. The trust of his neighbors was shattered, and soon, so were his crops. Overwatering led to their ruin. The lesson is simple. Selfishness and disregard for others may bring short-term gain but ultimately lead to loss. Integrity and respect for the community create lasting success. Ever felt like something was off but couldn't explain why? You're not imagining it. It's the subtle tactics of toxic people at play. Stay tuned for 14 red flags to watch out for, especially the last one. It's a game changer. Strategy 1. The master of guilt manipulation. Guilt manipulators are skilled at making you feel responsible for their problems or failures. They twist your sense of duty or morality to control you. By appealing to your empathy, they pressure you into doing things you'd rather not, often at the expense of your own well-being. The Stoic way to counteract guilt manipulation is to clearly define what is within your control and what is not. Epictetus said, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." When faced with guilt-tripping, ask yourself, is this truly my responsibility? Or am I being made to feel responsible for something I have no control over? If a guilt manipulator says, "If you really cared about me, you'd do this for me," respond with kindness but assertiveness. "I care about you, but I need to prioritize my responsibilities right now." This approach shows compassion while setting firm boundaries. Remember, you are not obligated to sacrifice your own needs to soothe someone else's misplaced guilt. Strategy 2. The two-faced persona. Have you ever felt that someone's smile hides something darker? Someone who shakes your hand warmly but sharpens a knife behind your back? You're not being paranoid. This is a classic example of the two-faced persona. These individuals are masters at hiding their true intentions beneath layers of charm and kindness. Stoic philosophy teaches us that true kindness seeks nothing in return. Virtue lies in sincerity and authenticity, not in deception hidden behind a smile. If someone's actions don't align with their words, take a step back and observe. The key is not to get carried away by appearances. Deceitful people often rely on convincing masks, but their actions will always reveal their true character. Recognizing this behavior will help you protect yourself and set boundaries. Remember Seneca's wisdom: don't trust smiles without substance. They're just the first layer of a well-packaged lie. Strategy 3. Lies as a weapon. Did you know that lies are often a manipulator's favorite strategy? Some people wield deception like a weapon, avoiding responsibility or consequences by creating false realities. Lies may feel like an easy escape for them, but in the long run, they destroy trust and stability. Stoicism reminds us that honesty is the foundation of a strong life. Lies may offer short-term benefits, but they eventually crumble under the weight of their own falsehoods. As the Stoics would say, whoever builds on lies builds castles on sand. It may be tempting to use deception, but it's far better to face the truth and act with integrity. To protect yourself from lies, focus on actions over words. Promises can be empty, but behavior tells the real story. Stay grounded, be cautious of sweet words, and don't let others' dishonesty shake your own values. Strategy 5. The blame shifter. Have you ever noticed how some people always manage to avoid accountability? They shift the blame onto others, point fingers, or spin stories to keep themselves in the clear. These individuals are skilled at dodging responsibility, leaving you to clean up the mess or feel the guilt for things that weren't your fault. The Stoics remind us that we cannot control the actions of others, only our response to them. Instead of getting caught in their blame games, rise above it. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Stay calm, focus on the truth, and resist the urge to engage in endless arguments. Remember, blame shifters are often afraid of their own flaws. Don't let their deflections distract you from your own path. Hold firm to your values and let their false accusations slide off your shoulders like rain. Strategy 6. Emotional manipulation. Emotional manipulators are experts at pulling your strings. They may use guilt, fear, or flattery to make you act in ways that serve their interests. Perhaps they'll say, "After all I've done for you," or "You'll regret it if you don't." These tactics are meant to confuse your emotions and cloud your judgment. The Stoics emphasized the importance of mastering your emotions. Epictetus taught, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." If you feel your emotions spiraling because of someone's manipulation, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, is this reaction mine, or are they trying to control me? By detaching yourself from their influence and staying true to reason, you can break free from their hold. Don't let their storms disturb your inner calm. Ground yourself in what you know to be right, and their manipulative tricks will lose their power. Strategy 7. The silent saboteur. Sometimes, the most dangerous people aren't the ones shouting criticism or starting arguments. They're the ones who undermine you quietly, spreading rumors, withholding information, or subtly discouraging you from pursuing your goals. This is the silent saboteur, someone who works in the shadows to disrupt your progress. Stoic philosophy teaches us to judge people not by their words, but by their actions. Pay attention to the patterns. Are their helpful suggestions always filled with doubt? Do they cheer for you in public but undermine you in private? If so, it's time to set boundaries. Seneca reminds us, associate with those who make you better, and welcome those whom you yourself can improve. A silent saboteur doesn't belong in your circle. Protect your peace by surrounding yourself with those who genuinely support you. When you let go of toxic influences, you'll make room for people who bring out the best in you. Strategy 8. The competitive underminer. The competitive underminer is someone who sees everything as a contest. Instead of healthy competition, they focus on tearing you down to make themselves look better. They might belittle your achievements, spread subtle negativity, or one-up your successes at every turn. The Stoics teach us that comparison is the thief of joy. Epictetus advises, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Instead of engaging in their games, focus on your own growth. True success isn't about being better than others. It's about being better than you were yesterday. When dealing with a competitive underminer, resist the urge to prove yourself to them. Stay secure in your own path, and don't let their envy distract you. Your achievements will speak for themselves, and their attempts to undermine you will only reflect poorly on them. Strategy 9. The chronic complainer. Some people always seem to have a dark cloud over their heads. Chronic complainers thrive on negativity, constantly highlighting problems without offering solutions. Their pessimism can drain your energy and make even the brightest situations feel gloomy. Stoicism offers a solution to this. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When faced with a chronic complainer, don't let their negativity affect your mindset. Listen empathetically, but don't get dragged into their emotional quicksand. Set boundaries when necessary. If they're unwilling to change their perspective, focus on protecting your own peace. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to their negativity. Remind yourself of what's going well in your life, and stay anchored in your own positivity. Strategy 10. The overbearing micromanager. The micromanager is someone who can't let go of control. They hover over you, questioning your every move and insisting on doing things their way. While they may believe they're helping, Their constant interference can stifle creativity and create unnecessary stress. The Stoics valued autonomy and personal responsibility. Seneca wrote, "Freedom is the prize we are working for." When dealing with a micromanager, calmly assert your independence. Communicate clearly about what you need to succeed and establish boundaries. It's also helpful to focus on what you can control. While you may not be able to change their behavior, you can choose how you respond. Remain professional, stay confident in your abilities, and prove through your actions that you can handle the task. Over time, your consistency may earn their trust, or at the very least, give you peace of mind knowing you've done your best. Strategy 11. The passive-aggressive manipulator. Passive-aggressive manipulators hide their hostility behind veiled comments, sarcasm, or subtle jabs. They avoid direct confrontation but make their displeasure known in underhanded ways, creating tension and confusion. Stoicism teaches us to maintain clarity of thought and not be swayed by others' behavior. Marcus Aurelius advises, "You don't have to turn this into something. It doesn't have to upset you." When confronted with passive aggression, don't engage in their games. Respond calmly and directly, addressing the issue without adding emotion. For example, if they make a sarcastic remark, politely ask for clarification. "Can you elaborate on what you meant by that?" This forces them to confront their behavior and often neutralizes the passive-aggressive tone. Maintain composure and focus on your goals, refusing to let their manipulation derail your progress. Strategy 12. The gossiping instigator. The gossiping instigator thrives on stirring up drama and pitting people against each other. They seek to gain power or attention by spreading rumors or exaggerating the truth. Associating with them can damage your reputation and your peace of mind. Epictetus reminds us, keep your attention focused entirely on what is truly your own concern, and be clear that what belongs to others is their business and none of yours. The key to handling gossip is to rise above it. Refuse to participate in conversations that degrade others, and avoid sharing anything personal with known instigators. If they try to involve you, redirect the conversation or simply state, "I prefer not to talk about others when they're not here." By staying neutral and refusing to engage, you protect your integrity and build trust with those around you. Let your actions and character show that you're above the pettiness of gossip. Strategy 13. The emotional energy vampire. Energy vampires are people who leave you feeling drained after every interaction. They may not intend to, but their constant neediness, complaining, or overwhelming emotions can sap your strength and make it difficult to focus on your own needs. The Stoics emphasize the importance of maintaining your own inner equilibrium. Seneca wrote, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." While it's important to show compassion, you must also prioritize your own well-being. Set firm boundaries with energy vampires. Limit the time you spend with them, and when you do interact, guide conversations toward solutions rather than dwelling on problems. If you feel your energy being depleted, take a moment to center yourself through deep breathing or mindfulness. Remember, protecting your energy isn't selfish. It's essential for being able to show up fully for yourself and others. Strategy 14. The one-up competitor. The one-up competitor constantly seeks to outshine others. No matter what you achieve or share, they find a way to top it, diminishing your accomplishments or turning the spotlight onto themselves. They thrive on comparison and undermine the joy you derive from your own successes. The Stoics remind us that true happiness comes from within, not from external validation. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." Your worth isn't determined by someone else's approval or comparisons. To handle a one-up competitor, avoid engaging in their game of comparison. If they boast about their latest success after hearing about yours, respond with humility and detachment. "That's great. I'm happy for you." By refusing to compete, you disarm their attempts to one-up you and reaffirm your focus on your own values and growth. If their behavior persists and becomes draining, consider creating space from them. Focus on celebrating your milestones with people who uplift you, not those who diminish your achievements. By applying these Stoic principles, you can take control of your emotional landscape and break free from the manipulation of guilt. Remember, it's not selfish to set boundaries, and it's not your responsibility to carry the weight of others' emotions. Stay true to your values, remain grounded in what you can control, and practice self-compassion. By doing so, you'll not only protect your own peace but also strengthen your ability to navigate relationships with clarity and integrity. Thanks for watching, and I hope these strategies help you live a more empowered, balanced life.